child, I am calling you right now. Stop for a moment and breathe. This is not random. This is not coincidence. If you are hearing these words, it is because heaven has interrupted your day. I have stepped into your scroll, into your routine, into this exact second of your life, because I refuse to let you move forward without hearing my voice. You thought you found this by chance, but I guided your eyes. I guided your hands. I guided your timing. Before this moment ever arrived in your life, I saw it. I knew the exact second your heart would be ready to receive what I am about to speak. This is not just content. This is a divine call. This is me reaching into your world and saying, "My child, listen carefully. Do not miss this. Big changes are near." You can feel it, can't you? There has been a stirring inside you that you cannot explain. A quiet tension, a sense that something is about to shift. The ground beneath your feet is shifting. The season you have known, the waiting, the confusion, the heaviness, the delays, is ending. And the one I promised is arriving. You have prayed for relief. You have prayed for answers. You have prayed for movement. And now the movement has begun. Even if you cannot yet see it with your natural eyes, I am rearranging things behind the scenes. I am moving pieces into place. I am closing doors you kept trying to reopen. I am unlocking doors you never thought would open. The shift has already started. Are you ready for this? I ask you not to frighten you, but to awaken you, because everything in your life is about to change. The things you thought were permanent are about to move. The things you thought were lost are about to be restored in ways you did not expect. The prayers you whispered in the dark when no one else heard you are closer to being answered than you think. I heard you. I saw the tears you wiped away quickly so no one would notice. I heard the questions in your heart when you asked, "Lord, how much longer?" My child, the waiting has not been wasted. The silence has not been empty. It was preparation. It was positioning. It was protection. If you are seeing this right now, it is not by accident. I chose this exact moment to reach you, not yesterday, not next week, because right now you stand at the edge of a decision. Right now you are about to step into something that will require your faith to stretch beyond what feels comfortable. I know your thoughts. I know your doubts. I know the voice inside you that says, "What if this is not for me?" But I tell you clearly, this is for you. I do not waste divine interruptions. I do not call without purpose. I do not speak without intention. When I call, it is because destiny is moving. Do not ignore this divine call. Do not treat it lightly. Do not scroll past it as if it were ordinary. What is coming will require your faith, your obedience, and your courage. You cannot carry fear into the next season. You cannot carry hesitation into the door I am opening. The old version of you cannot step fully into what I am releasing. That is why I am speaking now. That is why I am stirring your spirit. I am preparing you before the change becomes visible. You have felt pressure recently. You have felt things shifting around you. Some relationships have felt different. Some doors have felt unstable. Some plans have felt uncertain. You wondered if something was wrong. You wondered if you made a mistake. But what you are feeling is transition. When seasons change, the air feels different. When I prepare to elevate you, comfort zones begin to shake. Do not mistake transition for failure. Do not mistake movement for loss. I am not taking from you to harm you. I am removing what cannot go where you are going. My child, you asked me for growth. You asked me for breakthrough. You asked me to change your story. But growth requires stretching. Breakthrough requiring pressure. Change requires surrender. I am answering you now, but my answer does not look the way you imagined. It looks like movement. It looks like discomfort before expansion. It looks like doors closing before better ones open. Trust me, in this process, I see the full picture. You only see the moment. Big changes are near. Not small adjustments, not minor improvements. Big changes. The kind that shift your environment. The kind that alter your mindset. The kind that remove what has drained you and replace it with what strengthens you. I am about to show you what happens when you refuse to give up. I am about to reveal why I allowed certain delays. I am about to prove that my timing is never late. Are you ready for this? Because readiness is not about having every detail figured out. Readiness is about trust. It is about saying, Lord, even if I do not understand everything, I will follow you. It is about releasing the need to control every outcome. It is about believing that I would not call you into something I have not already prepared you for. You are not as unprepared as you think. The battles you survived trained you. The nights you cried strengthened you. The disappointments matured you. You have more strength in you than you realize. If you are seeing this right now, it is because I am drawing a line in the sand of your life. On one side is the old season, the fear, the confusion, the waiting. I am about to reveal why I allowed certain delays. I am about to prove that my timing is never late. Are you ready for this? Because readiness is not about having every detail figured out. Readiness is about trust. It is about saying, Lord, even if I do not understand everything, I will follow you. It is about releasing the need to control every outcome. It is about believing that I would not call you into something I have not already prepared you for. You are not as unprepared as you think. The battles you survived trained you. The nights you cried strengthened you. The disappointments matured you. You have more strength in you than you realize. If you are seeing this right now, it is because I am drawing a line in the sand of your life. On one side is the old season, the fear, the confusion, the waiting. On the other side is movement, clarity, and purpose. I am calling you forward, but you must choose to step. I will not force you. I invite you. I lead you. I guide you, but you must respond. Comment, you are holy, worthy, and my king, if he rules every corner of your life. Do not ignore this call. The enemy would love for you to dismiss this moment. He would love for you to doubt it, to overthink it, to rationalize it away, because he knows that when you fully awaken to what I am doing, he loses his hold on your fear. He knows that when you step into obedience, chains begin to break. He knows that when you trust me completely, doors begin to fly open that he cannot shut. My child, this is the beginning of a shift. The heaviness you have carried will not follow you where I am taking you. The confusion that clouded your mind will begin to clear. The prayers that felt unanswered will begin to show signs of movement. But you must stay alert. You must stay close to me. You must prepare your heart. Prepare yourself now. Not with anxiety, but with surrender. Not with pag, but with faith. Spend time with me. Guard your peace. Let go of bitterness. Release the need for approval. Strengthen your trust, because what is coming will move wiggly once it begins. And I want you steady, confident, and anchored in me. This is not random. This is not coincidence. I am calling you. Big changes are near. Everything in your life is about to shift. And I would not be speaking this to you if I had not already gone ahead of you to prepare the way. So lift your head. Open your heart. The Tao. The season is turning. The ground is shifting. And you, my child, are standing at the doorway of something greater than you have ever seen. My child, I am calling you. Yes, you. Not the crowd, not the world. You. This moment is not drifting through your life by chance. It is not a random word crossing your path. It is not something you stumbled into by accident. I have interrupted your routine. I have stepped into your timeline. I have reached into your present with intention. This is a divine appointment, and I need you to understand the seriousness of what is happening right now. I planned this moment before you were born, before your first breath filled your lungs, before your name was spoken on earth. I knew there would be a day when you would hear these words. I saw this second long before you did. I marked it. I prepared it. I reserved it for you. You may think you chose to listen. You may believe you found this on your own. But I tell you gently and firmly, I guided you here. I stirred your curiosity. I allowed the pause in your day. I created the stillness that made you stop. Evan is not passive. Evan initiates. and I am initiating contact with you now because a major transition is approaching in your life. I will not allow you to walk into what is coming without first hearing my voice clearly. I refuse to let you move blindly into your next season. My child, this is not entertainment. This is not background noise. This is not something to have here while your mind is somewhere else. This is sacred. I am speaking into your present because your future is beginning to shift. You have sensed it. There has been an unusual stirring in your spirit, a tension you cannot explain, a quiet awareness that something is changing, even if nothing visible has yet moved. That stirring is not anxiety, is preparation. It is my spirit awakening you before the shift becomes undeniable. I planned this moment before you were born. When I formed you, when I shaped your spirit with purpose, I also designed your timeline. I knew the seasons you would walk through. I knew the struggles that would test you. I knew the nights you would cry in silence. And I knew there would come a day when you would need to hear me clearly, urgently, without confusion. This is that day. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are right on the edge of something significant, and that is why I am calling you now. Heaven does not speak without reason. I do not interrupt without purpose. If I am raising my voice in your direction, it is because what is ahead requires alignment. There are moments in life that are gentle. There are seasons that unfold slowly. But there are also turning points, sacred intersections where decisions matter deeply. You are standing at one of those intersections. You may not see the signposts yet. You may not understand why things feel unsettled, but I see the full picture. And I am preparing you before the door opens. My child, do not minimize this moment. Do not treat it as ordinary. I am drawing your attention because your life is about to pivot. The patterns that have defined your recent season will not continue the same way. The environment around you will begin to respond to the shift I am releasing. Some things will close. Some things will open. Some people will step back. Some opportunities will step forward. This is not chaos. This is orchestration, and I am the conductor. You have prayed for change. You have whispered, Lord, I cannot stay in this same place forever. You have asked me to move, to act, to intervene. I heard every word. But understand this, when I move, I prepare you first. When I shift your season, I align your heart before I alter your surroundings. That is what I am doing now. I am aligning you. I am steadying you. I am calling your attention upward so that when movement begins, you recognize it as my hand and not as coincidence. Please support our channel. Our work is meant to bring happiness into your life and encourage devotion to God. If you wish to support our mission, you can donate through Super Thanks. This is a divine interruption, and interruptions are rarely comfortable. They break routine. They demand focus. They call for awareness. But they are necessary when destiny is about to change direction. If I allowed you to remain distracted, you might miss the signal. If I allowed you to remain passive, you might hesitate at the wrong time. So I'm speaking clearly. I'm calling you firmly. I'm awakening you, spirit, intentionally. You may feel unprepared. You may think, why me? Why now? But I chose this timing with precision. You have endured enough to carry what is coming. You have learned enough through your struggles to step wisely into the next phase. The tears you shed were not wasted. The disappointments you survived were not meaningless. They strengthened you quietly. They shaped your discernment. They built resilience inside you that you do not even fully recognize yet. My child, I am not calling you because you are perfect. I am calling you because you are positioned. You are standing exactly where I knew you would stand at this hour. Even your mistakes did not disqualify you. Even your doubts did not cancel my plan. I factored in your weaknesses when I wrote your story. I accounted for your fears when I mapped your future. Nothing has surprised me. Nothing has disqualified you. You are still chosen for what is ahead. Heaven is initiating this contact because the next chapter will require clarity. It will require courage. It will require obedience that moves beyond comfort. I am not asking you to leap blindly. I am asking you to listen deeply. I am not asking you to understand everything at once. I am asking you to trust that when I call, I lead. When I interrupt, I protect. When I speak urgently, it is because something precious is at stake. You have felt stuck at times. You have wondered why certain doors did not open. You questioned why the pace felt slow. But what you interpreted as delay was positioning. I was arranging circumstances you could not see. I was shielding you from paths that would have drained you. I was teaching you patience because the next season moves faster than the last, and speed without maturity would have overwhelmed you. This moment is intentional. Let that truth settle deeply inside you. You are not randomly here. You are not randomly hearing this. You are not randomly being stirred. I am calling you because transition is near. And before transition becomes visible, it becomes spiritual. Before doors open outwardly, they open inwardly. I'm opening something inside you right now. An awareness, a seriousness, a readiness. My child, the atmosphere around your life is shifting. You may not see it yet, but you will feel it more strongly in the days ahead. Conversations will change. Opportunities will appear unexpectedly. Situations that felt permanent will begin to move. Do not panic when that happens. Do not cling to what I am adjusting. Remember this moment. Remember that I told you before, and I do not surprise my children without preparation. I planned this moment before you were born. I knew there would come a day when you would need courage. I knew there would come a day when your faith would need to stretch. And I promised myself that when that day arrived, that I would not leave you without clear instruction. That is why I am here now. That is why I am calling you. That is why your heart feels awakened. This is your divine interruption.
This is your sacred pause.
This is heaven leaning close and saying, pay attention. The next steps in your life will not look like the last ones. The rhythm is changing. The direction is adjusting. The pace will shift. And I am preparing you so that you do not resist what I am releasing. So quiet your fear. Set aside your doubt. Stop telling yourself that this is for someone else. I am speaking to you. I am calling you. I'm aligning you. And what is coming will confirm that this moment was never random. You will win. It was appointed. It was designed. You are not stumbling into change. You are being led into it. And I, who planned this moment before you were born, will walk with you into every step of what comes next. My child, the season you have been standing in is ending. I need you to hear that clearly. It is not lingering. It is not permanent. He is not your forever. The chapter marked by confusion, delay, heaviness, and silent battles is closing. You have lived in it long enough to believe it might define you. You have grown used to surviving instead of thriving. You have adjusted to waiting instead of walking forward. But I tell you now, this was never meant to be your permanent address. It was a passage, not a destination. You have asked me many times, Lord, why does it feel like nothing is moving? Why does it feel like I am stuck? And I saw the frustration behind those words. I saw how the stillness began to feel like rejection. I saw how the delay began to feel like punishment. But my child, stagnation was not punishment. It was preparation. What felt like being held back was actually being built up. What felt like restriction was refinement. I was not withholding to harm you. I was shaping you for what your next season requires. There were lessons you could not learn in comfort. There were strengths you could not develop in ease. There were weaknesses inside you that needed to be exposed so they could be healed. The quiet season revealed things about your heart. It showed you where your trust was fragile. It revealed where your identity was tied to outcomes instead of to me. It showed you how deeply you needed my voice. That was not cruelty. That was care. I know the silence felt heavy. I know there were days you prayed and felt no immediate response. You spoke into what seemed like emptiness. You waited for signs that did not come when you expected them. And you wondered if I had stepped back. But my silence was not absence. It was positioning. When I grow quiet, it is not because I am distant. It is because I am working in places you cannot yet see. I was syringing paths behind the scenes. If you love me, please like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.